Hey guys, it's John here again. Right, I did a poll or a vote video last time, and I did a post on the community on YouTube. And if you go to my page, YouTube page, and you'll see community, just tap on there. You can find all the single little posts that I post up, and you can vote in the polls that I put up. It's mainly choosing like your favourite albums and stuff. And I did a Def Leppard one a few weeks ago, and just wanted everybody to vote for their favourite. And Kevin Siddle, hello mate, if you're watching this, commented that I should do let everybody know in what my favourite songs are and stuff like that on the albums. So I was just checking what that flash was over there. And yeah, so I'm going to do that and let you know what I wanted to be in my top 5 in that order. So with I put on 5 albums by Def Leppard, and it was from On Through the Night through to Adrenalize. And at 5th place, which I would have chose for 5th place anyway, with 6% of the vote, is Adrenalize. Obviously when this came out, I was really looking forward to this album coming out back when I don't know, what was I would have been in 1991, is it 92? No, 92. I would have been oh god, was I 16? Yes, I was 16 years old when this came out, and I played this on cassette so many times. Absolutely loved it. Every time a video would come out for it, I watched it over and over again. And well, I'd record it first and watch it over and over again on VHS. And then the Visualize video came out, and so another one? No, it was just Visualize. And yeah, I used to watch that a lot. Yeah, so this has been placed by you guys at number 6. Sorry, number 5, should I say? I'll get it right. But yeah, always love the cover. Absolutely amazing cover. I've got a picture disc of this, which is cool. Have I got a picture disc? No, no, I've got a 12-inch picture disc with this eye on it. Forgot which song it is now, actually. And but on here, I would say, when it comes to like my favourite songs, Tonight would be up there, White Lightning, and Tear It Down is obviously a redone version for this, which was originally a B-side to Animal, and I think it was for women as well in the US market. But yeah, the I don't find that I like this album much anymore. I do. Stand Up is a great song, but some of the others, I've sort of fallen out of love with, to be quite honest. I found this okay when I was a teenager, but I really don't enjoy it like I did. Like, there's only 3 or 4 songs on there that I would listen to now. So let me know what your favourite songs on these albums are anyway. And also, if you've not seen me do the poll, you can put down your comments in the comment section, what you think. I think my worst song on this album would be Make Love Like a Man. That ranks highly with like my worst songs by Def Leppard, so that would be in my top 5 anyway. So yeah, there you go. So that's Adrenalize at number 5. And the next one, which I was quite surprised actually, when I know I've chosen some really great albums here. So I suppose no, this is not really a huge surprise, but I thought a few diehards would have chosen this, or chose this to be a bit higher, but it is on Through the Night. 12% voted for this, and again, absolutely love this cover. The cover picture is brilliant. It is very basic, but I love it. As you will tell when you see, I've got one of these in a frame, and I've got my flag up for this album. This is yes, we know the production quality of this is not the greatest, but it's more you know how they were termed as new wave of British heavy metal. Well, this is the closest you get to being a metal band for Def Leppard for sure. And even though they're not really a metal band, they're a hard rock band, and even now sort of a pop rock band. This is, to me, I have very fond memories of playing this on cassette, sitting in the back of my parents' car, driving along the motorways in the UK, even though we didn't even live in the UK, but that was where I bought the cassette from. Was in the UK, Bedford actually. I think it might have been around by Milton Keynes somewhere in Bedford. I picked up the cassette, and yeah, I played that a lot. The songs on here, there's some really great songs. Rock Brigade, Hello America, Sorrow is a Woman is one of my favourites on here. It Could Be Used, not bad. Satellite is a brilliant song. Wasted is one of the best ones on here. When the Walls Came Tumbling Down is okay. Rocks Off is okay. It Don't Matter is okay. I think Wasted should have been on side 1. Trouble is, I suppose there's quite a few songs on side 2 that I'm not really that blown away by. Answer to the Master is not really one of my favourites, to be quite honest. That's probably the worst song on here for me. I know it'll be, I'm sorry, I know there'll be people that out there that like that. But yeah, Overture and Wasted, best songs on side 2. And side A, yeah, five of those songs are pretty cool. So yeah, this one for me would have definitely been at 4 as well. I would have liked to have put this at number 3, but it was a real struggle with what's coming next. So yeah, there you go. And what a cool album. Right, the next one might shock a few people as well. So this only got 19% of the vote. It was higher than that. It changed once this another album got voted on. All of a sudden, this album was actually in the lead at some point, and it is Pyromania. And yeah, this album is pretty damn cool. And yes, this is actually the last Def Leppard album I ever got at the end of the 80s into the into the 90s. So once I got hold of Adrenalize, that was 92. So yeah, I only managed to get a copy of this about 92 time. Once Adrenalize came out, I managed to get a copy of this. Before that, I was listening to Hysteria, High and Dry, On Through the Night album, and then I got Adrenalize. Then I managed to get this. Not this very copy, but I got it on cassette. So yeah, I was quite late getting hold of Pyromania. I'd seen it in magazines, could never find a copy in Guernsey where I live, and I don't know why I couldn't find one in the local record shop, which was called Number 19 back then. So this was when I first heard this, I was blown away. This is just so killer. And you've got, what songs would I say are my favourites on here? Definitely Too Late for Love and Die Hard the Hunter. Those would be up there with, and also Stage Fright. Stage Fright was always one that I loved. And I think I mainly fell in love with that more because it was the, if you watched In the Round It in Your Face, VHS, when they came out on stage and the curtain dropped or went upwards, I think. I forgot what it was now. And they played Stage Fright. I was like, wow, the energy of that song is just killer. And so Pyromania. I think the only dud song on here that I don't like listening to is Action Not Words. But other than that, just awesome. Again, I know this is at number 3 with 19% of the vote, and I probably would have stuck that at number 3 anyway, and I would have. These are the 3 that I'm going to show next are so difficult to choose from and put in any sort of order. I think this one, High and Dry and Hysteria, are the ones that I changed my mind on quite often, to be quite honest. But yeah, Pyromania, awesome. And Billy's Got a Gun. That is just awesome as well. I can do without Photograph. It's not a rubbish song, but I can do without it. It's been played a lot. But you've got some amazing other tracks there, like Coming on the Fire, and obviously Billy's Got a Gun. But yeah, Foolin' as well. What Till You Drop is one of the songs I get a bit fed up with as well. But everything else on here, just class. So we get to number 2. Now, have you got any ideas at the moment? So here we go. And with 22% of the vote, it's going to be... You ready? 22% of the vote. It's going to be High and Dry. And I think I'd stick this at number... I would stick this at number 1 sometimes. This would be a number 1, number 2 album for me, definitely. Because I have so many fun memories of playing this. I've said this before. I used to listen to this album and I never knew anybody else around me, friends or anything at school, that even listened to this. And I thought, is this album any good? Am I listening to something that's not very good? And it was only when I came onto the vinyl community and I realised how many other people loved it that I realised how amazing this album really is. And yeah, it's just, I loved it. And I suppose when you listen to music, you listen to it for yourself. So if you like something, don't let anybody else make you feel like you're listening to something that's not very popular, or you listen to it because you like it. So I think I got my point across there. I just loved most of the songs in here. Like Another Hit and Run was just killer. Let It Go, Mirror Mirror, Lady Strange. What more can you say? Bringin On the Heartbreak, Switch 625. This is just, You Got Me Running. That is just a killer song as well. I think, High and Dry Saturday Night's not bad. It's not the best one on here for me. Production on this is okay. It does still sound really great when you want to play it. It's not Hysteria production or Pyromania, but it's still pretty awesome. And I can listen to this album over and over again and I don't get bored of it, so which is a good thing. So yeah, 22% of the vote. That one. And the one that I did go to show before and you're like, oh yes, he's going to show Hysteria as number 2. Fooled you. 40% of the vote went to Hysteria. And you can see why. That cover is absolutely awesome. And every time I look at it, I just think, what a cool cover. And, that blew me away when I was a teenager to see that cover. Well, actually, no, I wasn't a teenager. I was about 11. Yeah, so yeah, not quite a teen. And to see these faces here and not knowing who they were when I first got into Def Leppard in 87. And to see these faces on here and thinking, which one's the singer? And I'm sure it was him that I saw on Top of the Pops. Oh yes, it is. It's Joe Elliott. Thoughts like that going through my head when I was at that age. And thinking this thing was an album. I'd never heard anything that sounded close to how amazing this sounded. Even Bono in the, what was it? When they were making the Joshua Tree album, he even mentioned Hysteria, saying about the band Def Leppard had brought out this album called Hysteria, and that's what he wanted Joshua Tree to have, that production. I was like, it's pretty damn cool. This is, just the songs on here. Women. That's one of my favourite ones. Love Bites, Animal. I can listen to that and that don't get boring. And still, Pour Some Sugar on Me. I like the American or the US version. The live one they do. With the live video. I mean, not live. It's got a live video. That's the cool one. I don't like the one with the video with the house. That's the one I think it's the UK one we got, and that was naff, that video. But yeah, for years and years, one of my favourite songs on here was Run Riot. Not many people were really digging that song, but I did. Hysteria will always be one of my favourite songs on here. Love and Affection I do like. Don't Shoot Shotgun was always very cool when I was growing up. Armageddon It was a song that I really did not gel with me when I was a teenager. I get it now. I get it. Yeah, right, okay. Armageddon It now. Yeah. I didn't really click with that song when I was younger. Rocket was always one I liked when I was younger. I'm not really fussed about listening to Rocket anymore. It's an okay song, but not something that I would go back specifically to listen to right now. Excitable was always a song I loved. That's another song that I've got a bit cheesed off with, to be quite honest. Guards of War is just up there with Die Hard the Hunter from Pyromania for sure. So yeah, Guards of War is one of the biggest songs on here for me. That, Women, Love Bites, Hysteria. Yeah, those would be the biggest songs on there for me. And the worst song on there for me would be, did I say before? The worst song on Hysteria for me, let me think. Wow. It's a really hard one. I think over the years, I don't think I could choose the worst song off of Hysteria. Really. I don't think there's any really bad songs in here, but the one that's sort of middle of the road for me would be Excitable now. That and Rocket, middle of the road. Right. Excitable probably. Right, so that is my top 5 in the poll. For me, personally, Hysteria would be at number 1 or 2. And High and Dry would be at number 1 or 2. And the others were in roughly the right order. But that is 5 to 1 that everybody who watched the video or saw the poll on my community page voted for. So if you want to look at the community page, you go onto my YouTube channel. At the top it will have community. Go in there, you'll see some posts, and there's a Bon Jovi one at the moment, and I'm going to do a video showing those records. I only chose 5 albums because the poll does not let you choose any others. It only lets you choose 5 things. I'll do a Def Leppard one with the next 5 albums. And I'm going to do some other bands like Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Ozzy, Black Sabbath. I'm going to do that and then do a follow-up video like this, showing you which ones are in order and how people voted. And hopefully you enjoy that. And sorry I haven't been on for a while. Just been really busy at work, and yes. So cheers for watching. Keep rocking. Keep listening to whatever it is you listen to, and enjoy. And see you guys in the next video. Laters.